asks, can you please explain why a man wants sides outside of a relationship? Are those specific types of females important in any way? I must concede firstly that men have different inclinations with regards to this. In my case, for example, if I have what might be categorized as a side, uh, there's really two types of sides. In one case, it's a woman who might have some merits, but not enough merits to be in a relationship with. And so she kind of exists almost in a concubine like function. Then there's another side where the woman operates, or rather, the woman is having a almost like a tryouts to be in a relationship. You see, it's almost like a putting her through a boot camp to see if she's qualified to enter into the relationship stage. So there's those two routes for me. Now, the woman who is really just there for carnal pleasures, these are the ones they have very little value, and sadly, they just function to serve some males' drive for variety. And admittedly, I have a king's appetite. This does not mean that I ever get tired of making love to my woman, my main woman, or main women, because that's not the case. So love will always keep you connected and pursuing and hungering for that woman. The drive of a great man, and you can listen to folks like Napoleon Hill will elaborate on this. Great men tend to have king's appetites. They pursue a breadth, and as a result, you may have side pieces. It's ideal to have none or few if possible, especially if you have a happy, healthy relationship with more than one main woman. That's ideal. So this is something that a man should try to minimize as much as possible. I do want to point out that there are some men that may be very sexual. That's not the case for me. I'm not a very sexual man. I'm a very simple, vanilla individual. I have a strong need for planting flags, but not super into sex. There's some guys that are very much so into sex. Those guys you should be very cautious about. Those guys are quite dangerous, just as much as a woman who's overly emotional is very dangerous, because those guys can be too indiscriminate. They can be irresponsible with the way they engage side pieces, and more importantly, they can fall into emotionalism, or they can be controlled by the vagina, which would cause your main relationship to falter. One thing about myself is that I never ever confuse a side piece with a main piece. I never ever treat my main pieces without equality and respect, and I never ever will prioritize a side piece over a main piece. And one lesson for the ladies is to free yourself of jealousy if you have a great man. If you have a great man, have faith in this man. Have faith in that man. Just like you have faith in God, have faith in your man. And the reason that I say that is because jealousy will eat you up, and it will eat up your relationship. I had one young lady that I was involved with for approximately 6 years. And through all of the years, she would express her fear and jealousy that, I would, deal with another woman and leave her alone. And I always told her, as long as you are competent, feminine, and you are a good follower, you will always have me and I will always have you. You will never be left alone by me if you're doing your job. It will never be another woman that will push you out of my life. Only you can lose your job. Only you can cause yourself to be fired. And at the point in which it was time for her to get her walking papers, it was because of her own behavior. And then I told her, I said, hey, from year one, you were always worried about other women and you were jealous hearted. And I understand, women maybe get jealous because this woman is taller than her. This woman has a better shape, or this woman has a prettier face, or whatever the case is, not realizing that a great man is looking at the woman in totality. And for me, I'm looking at how well does the woman earn for me? How competent is she? How much does she put me at peace? Does she have that sweet, positive, relaxed energy? I like a woman that I can just be at silence with. You hear me? Like, we don't need to talk. We can just relax. I can do my work. She can do her thing. And some of them don't even do anything. You hear me? Like, I'll be working. They just be sitting, waiting to bring me some water or waiting to, assist in some way. Some of them are like that. But, it's that calm energy to where you can engage in downtime with her. You don't have to be traveling. You don't have to be on a date. But anyways, I say this. When I gave her walking papers, which is to say, you got to go, And the reason I give her her walking papers is because, there comes a time where a woman needs a shock back into reality. In the context of the United States, I highly advise you not to do it. You hear me? So if she needs a man to raise a hand to her and she gets to that level to where she's hysterical and that's the only thing that can snap her out, don't do it. Give her the walking papers. You heard me? So I told her, I said, right now you're completely out of control. I will not ever be disrespected by anyone, especially not a 5'4" female. So you're getting your walking papers, but I want you to remember this for your next guy, which you know what? You'd be blessed if the guy is better than I am. And I hope he is. That would be a blessing for you. I really hope that for you because you are a good woman. But I want you to remember this. Since year one, you've been jealous of other women. Since year one, you've talked about this other woman and that other woman, and you've been worried that they would cause you to lose me. You're losing me now. It's because of your behavior. And I was true to my word, which is to say, I am loyal to you, and I always have been. I would never leave you alone for another woman. And you're getting your walking papers because of your behavior, not because of another woman. I want to encourage every man, if you're a man who has multiple main women or multiple females, don't ever be a weak man and get confused and take French fries and put French fries in the place of a steak, in place of a filet mignon. That is not honorable. I've seen many men do it. They become wealthy and then they trade in the woman that helped them get wealthy, or they become famous and they trade in the woman that they had before the fame. I don't care if that woman looks average. I don't care if that woman looks homely. I don't care if she's short. I don't care if she's currently fat. That's your woman. Get her in shape. If she can't get in shape, well, then it is what it is. That's your woman. She's your property. Hold on to her unless she cannot behave appropriately. So, anyways, I just want that to be known for the record that great men do not abandon women. Great men are disciplined men. We're honorable men. We handle our responsibilities. So when that woman is of your flesh, you hold on to her until she can't behave. And so if you have a man that has multiple women, there's no need to be jealous because the other women don't matter. They have nothing to do with your relationship with that man. Anyways, so with regards to your note about side pieces, it depends on your man on how he's utilizing them. For me, every now and then I might utilize them solely for carnal pleasures, but more likely I'm utilizing that as a pipeline to see if she's qualified to become a main piece. Because when you meet a woman, she's not straight away a main piece, right? She has to earn her way in. It's like a pledge semester. Right, so thank you for your knowledge, Marquette. I took all of your words to heart. I honestly do get jealous at times. Yes, of course, it's a human emotion. But I see how it's not something I should focus on exactly. I love my king and my sis. I'm happy. That's such a beautiful thing. And I want you guys to understand this, and you women too. The greatest among you women, you're not jealous hearted. The greatest among you, those with the most merit, and understand this. This is a true story. And I've said this to women in jest, but it's also as serious as a heartbeat. I say, and we talk about this in the Book of Dark Truths. If you haven't gotten the Book of Dark Truths, there's a particular lesson where I have an infographic and it says good men and then it says bad men. And it explains the things that good men deserve and the things that bad men deserve or don't deserve. Check out that lesson in that infographic. It's really instructive for men and women. A lot of women end up with bad men when they shouldn't. So check that out in the Book of Dark Truths. One of the mods, if you drop that link in there. But anyways, let's talk about something I've said to women in jest, but also serious as a heartbeat. I tell them, am I a good man? Yeah, you're a great man. Okay. So you would like to spend your life with me? Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, why is that? Oh, because of this, and you're this, and you do this, and you're consistent with this, and you tell the truth, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So those are great qualities, good things. You're like, yeah, you're kind and fantastic. Do you think there are other women who also deserve a great man? Well, yeah, but they got to get their own. Here's the thing, sis. There's not a lot of us. There's not a lot of great men. There's not a lot of good men. That's the truth of the matter, especially in this era, especially in 2025, 2026, 2027. There's not a lot of good men. There's even fewer great men. There are women who also deserve a great man. And let me tell you something. A bad man never becomes a good man. A bad man can't be led into being a good man or a great man. Men are the leader. So if you're a woman dealing with a guy who's a bad man, you're not going to lead him into being a good man. You're not going to lead him into improving. He is what he is when you met him. Conversely, you have women who are already good women. Fantastic. Most of them are. I don't know if I can say that, with regards to the cities, but you get my point. Many women are good women. Many, let's say, not most, but many. And with women, because they're the follower by nature, they follow, the feminine ones, they follow, even if they've been behaving poorly, even if they've, kind of fallen. If they have a good leader, they will perform better. So a woman can be lifted up by a great man, by a good man. A man cannot be lifted up by a woman. It's not possible. So if you're a woman, you've been wanting to change your guy or wait for him to improve or hoping he'd become ambitious, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And remember, in all things, it's mostly the case that things don't get better, they get worse over time. They don't get better, they get worse. So if at the beginning someone is very unimpressive, I can guarantee you it's not going to get better. And I encourage you all, go for the best in life, but be worthy. Be worthy. Don't seek the best without being worthy. There's so many things we would like to have, but we're not qualified. Become qualified. Become worthy. And when you are qualified, believe in yourself and know that you deserve it and go for it. Be confident. So many of you want to believe in God. Fantastic. But have you tried to believe in yourself? God, you can't see or touch. You're right here. You're right here. You don't believe in you? You are the realest thing to you. You can hear your own thoughts. You can see yourself. You can observe your own actions. How do you not believe in you? I encourage you to believe. So many of you don't even believe in yourself. It's a basic. If you meet a great man, you need to be shooting your shot, which is not necessarily being aggressive and spitting game. You got to put yourself in the way. You put yourself in the man's way. Make yourself known. Don't let a great man walk by you, because there will not be many coming. And listen, I know this to be a fact. Even today, I got 2 communications from women that I don't deal with. And I don't want to deal with. Why did I get 2 communications from those women? Because they went out in the world. They realized it's a cold world and there ain't many like us. You hear me? There's not many great men out there. So they go out thinking they're going to find something better. And they realize, oh, damn, that was the top. That was the top. There's nothing above it. So, it's always a compliment when a woman tries to come back in your life. But me, I ain't going backwards in life. You dig? Yeah, they getting older. I ain't getting older. You heard me? I mean, look at me, baby. Look at me. Yeah. So at the end of the day, ladies, I promise you, you find a great man, you better throw yourself at him. Yeah, I really mean that. Throw yourself at him. If I had a daughter and I told her, hey, you find a man that you really think is something and you think I would be impressed with him as a father, you better throw yourself at him and bring him home to me. Yeah, you better catch him and bring him home to me. I'm not saying be promiscuous. I'm saying do what it takes to earn him, and to be valued by him. Come on now. Listen, when there's men of value, ladies, don't wait, because I promise you, you're not going to find a guy who's mentally stable, financially stable, will not beat you, is honorable and honest, charming, humorous, and physically attractive. You're not going to find all that together. Okay? You find that together, throw yourself at the guy. You will regret it if you don't, waiting for a guy to come to you. I'm not saying I don't spit game. I do. But as soon as a chick says something stupid, I'm gone. Chick DM me today. New chick. Hopped in my DMs. And she said, oh, do you live in Miami? I said, no, I don't live in Miami. I live in Las Vegas. She says, oh, okay, I've never been. I said, you've never been to Las Vegas? What's your age? I'm saying, this girl must not be 21. I thought she was older than me. I'm not going to lie to you. Looking at her photo, I thought Shorty was like 30 or something. You heard me? I almost wasn't about to respond to her. I said, how old are you? She says, I'm 19. I was like, oh. And in my head, I kind of don't believe her because I'm looking at her photo like, Shorty look like she's 30. She look older than me. I said, hey, can you do a 1-minute video call? Allows you to accelerate, get more data, make quick decisions. I don't have time to text many people. In fact, mostly if you're getting a response from me on text, on DM, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, it's not even me. So anyways, I said, can you do a 1-minute video call? She says, no, but I can send more photos. Block. I actually didn't block her. I restricted her. Blocking is not necessary. I restricted her, which means that she doesn't know that I can never see her messages again, because now they're going to like an outbox or a restricted inbox. You hear me? So I restricted her immediately. She'll never get a response from me. And a normal guy is not going to do that. A boss is going to do that because, baby, you DM me. You think you're the only woman that DM me today? No, you're not. And of the 5 chicks that DM me today and I say, hey, 1-minute video call, you're the one that said, no, you're done. Get up out of here. You're not a serious person. I don't have time to play games with you, especially when you look like you 30 and you not. Like, girl, knock it off. Get out my face. Anyways, carrying on.